Okay. Oh, I love your
Also
dress.
signed. Oh, thank you. It's from Fiona. Yeah, let me let you see the whole thing.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
And
goodness.
here's the best part. The last time I wore it, I did a painting of myself.
Oh my gosh. It's so
Yeah,
perfect. Oh.
so I decided to wear it today again for my,
Oh.
you know,
We'll have to put the link for Paradise Prince in the bottom so that
yeah,
somebody can get it if they need it. Well, we all need it, so allow yourself to have
yeah.
it.
I will need another one.
Absolutely, it's gorgeous. Oh my God, you know how we feel about orange around here. So yes, girl, yes, girl, yes. With the back peak. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, we made
Yeah,
it.
made it to the end of August.
We made it to the end of August. We made it through the technology.
It is big. It is big. Say hi. It is red. Oh no.
We made it through the technology and all of the everything.
A balloon is getting away. The balloon is getting away. It's going to the balloon. Look at that. Put lipstick on you. Look at that. Look at that. It is Mommy, pink. It's pink. Okay. It's big. It is red. Oh, it's big. Okay. I'm sorry. It's big. It's red. Mommy's talking to Auntie Belle. You want to say hi? Go, pet, go. Go, pet, go.
Can I get a little roar?
Yes, let's roar. Okay. Let me breathe first, though. You want to roar with mommy? You want to roar like a lion? I cannot light candles around this boy. Opening is away. It's going Baby boy, do you want to go in the purple room or in the green room? Purple room. Where's your tablet though? Yes. Unicorn. Yes, a unicorn. Wow. Whoa. You like unicorns? Whoa. Whoa. Big, big. Big, big. Big, big. Big. Dino. 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 Blue monster. Blue monster. Blue monster. Whoa. What do you want to do? Do you want to do Clubhouse Farm or Power Pants Pete? Whoa. Okay, there we go. That's the key question.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Hi. Welcome to the August, actual August logging of Siren Scream PD. We're finally here. Everything else was bonus.
Oh yeah, there were a lot of bonuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the card that I have for today is pay attention. And it says are your children getting the impression that they are not important? So of course that would be perfect for what just happened that we gave so like all the time that he needed. Right? And then just in general, self to self, are you and your dreams getting the impression that your dreams and you are not important? Are you neglecting? Are you being negligent? Oh, heavy sigh. We all have to constantly check in with ourselves on that. So it says, put down whatever you are doing, focus on your child, of course, in this case, self, as though he or she is more important than anything else you could do. Yes, we are. We are more important than anything else that we could do. Being ourselves is more important than everything that we can do. Mm. Mm. Don't forget, rather remember to schedule special time. See the special time card, which I always put the links in the bio. And remember what Toni Morrison said. Do your eyes light up when they walk into the room? So checking if your nerve system, checking with your body, when you get that call, when you get that text, when you get that DM, when you get that opportunity, things that pose as opportunities that are swindling your energy, admit that you're not lighting up where that is the case, and most importantly, where you are lighting up, allow it, and be a bonfire, be a lightning rod, and link up with other lightning rods that just make everything feel wonderful from a space of paying attention to self.
Oh, yes. That's, I love that message.
Yeah.
Super important. Recognizing when we're looking for ways to avoid giving ourselves that attention. We think we're bored, so we just look for like stuff to do and people to talk to when it's really just time for us.
Or maybe we're triggered.
Yeah.
Maybe we feel unsupported. Maybe we have to realize we're going through a new season where what it looks like to support ourselves and pay attention to ourselves is different. So
Yeah. I had an interesting conversation last night because I had this friend, somebody who kept DMing me, and it's somebody that I will talk every once in a while in DMs, but not very often. And for some reason last night, I just really did not want to be bothered. I did not want to speak to anybody. I just wanted to be in my space. We had a moment last night where we had no electricity. So I was in my kitchen, I had my candles lit, and I was making roast bake and split peas. And then as soon as I was done cooking, the electricity came.
that sounds like a good upgrade to Janine song Avocado, like roast bacon, sweet and split peas. Like, hear us, Janine, and make that track for us. Thank you.
Roast bacon, split peas. So yes, as soon as the electricity came back, the food was done cooking, but Sole had been asleep for an hour because he was so bored and it was so dark that he just figured he would just go to sleep. So I figured, okay, I have some time to myself. Let me just enjoy this because this does not happen at this time of the night. It does not happen very often. And electricity came back, Wi-Fi came back, and people started messaging me, and I just did not want to be bothered. But one person, like, the more I tried to end the conversation, he kept coming and asking me, like, if you have any questions, ask me. And I said, well, I don't have any questions. And he sent me like a sad emoji and stuff. But I was kind of confused, so I asked him because he's not to put people's business out or anything, but like, he's married, and he's not like my only married guy friend. And I'm always wondering, like, okay, so my guy friends who are married, they message me a lot, they call me a lot, and I just decided to ask you. I'm like, you're not the only one, so I just want to know, like, what's the reasoning behind this? Because I'm literally like trying to end the conversation. I want to know why, you keep. And he explained it to me and told me that essentially it was about. Oh, I got a toy onion. Essentially, it was about making small talk because he's bored. And I told him, well, I'm not into small talk. Like, if you have something that you really want to talk to me about, then that's fine. But I don't do the thing where I'm just bored, so I just message people. So like, if you're just bored, I'm not the person to message because I don't want to have those conversations, you know. And it was because like it was overwhelming me because I was really looking forward to, okay, I have some time and I just want to be by myself. Like, I just
Yeah.
want to focus on myself. And that's what I told him. I told him, I just want to focus on myself right now, but you keep messaging
Right.
me. What's it about, you know? But yeah, focus on myself. That
Yeah.
was last night.
Yeah.
I had been waiting for that opportunity for a couple of days and I finally got it. And it's I'm glad that I had the opportunity to explain it to somebody because it was kind of me explaining it to myself too, like, yes, we want to focus on ourselves. Like, let's do this. So yeah.
Yeah. Um, in that vein, and in the way of paying attention from a sacred dialogue point of view as well, paying attention is almost like paying as in money, like abundance, giving to yourself, and being for giving, FORE, plus or minus giving, so being forward giving to yourself. So you are being your Saudi, which is a source of divine income, when you pay attention to yourself, because that's how you're doing proper inventory and knowing if your outputs and your inputs and your stillness are in alignment and sync for your fractal fulfillment focus, which is all sacred dialogue terms. So yeah, in that vein, based on the season that I am navigating since the amplification from our last few lives, this will probably be our last public meeting for a little bit, and my last posting for a little bit with the cards and everything. And my live Sundays and all of that needs to definitely decrease significantly. So I might like pop on for like the little reminders, like the one drop reminders of like, hey guys, make sure you pay attention to your highlights of the week. But it wouldn't be like long conversations like before, because connection will have transformed, and our inter and intranet is going through an upgrade and a change and a transformation and a metamorphosis. And so more telepathy is what is needed. And so I will be talking to Kin, obviously, on inner planes and inside the house, but we won't be on the balcony sharing for a little bit.
Yeah.
We won't be on the rock out in the middle of the ocean for a little bit. We're going into our cove way deep down into the dark water. So we are very thankful that anyone who has been listening for this long has been here. And of course, we will re-emerge, but now we must submerge so that we can effectively merge with the times and the transformation that is happening, so that we can be fortified to give and to pour into you and to pour into each other.
And isn't it awesome that we got to do so many bonuses this month anyway? I feel
Yeah,
like if we had spread them out like once a month, like we normally do, we would have completed the year.
yeah,
Yeah. But this month was really transformative. So I feel like we needed all of those.
yeah. So let's jump in. Highlights since the last podcast. In the last podcast, let's just keep things in context. The last podcast was the plant sharing, sneaky witch sharing. That was the
Oh,
actual last podcast. And then after that, we had all these other moments in
moment.
time together.
Yeah, so the number one highlights would be the bonuses for one, for sure. I feel
Yeah,
like I processed a lot of my growth through those
yeah,
podcasts, through those bonus podcasts. Um, I've been doing the consultations pretty
yeah,
regularly, and that's been a lot of fun,
yeah.
and it's very educational for me. He likes to stage fights over toys because I guess
Oh,
that part of daycare is missing. So
yeah.
he'll stage fights over toys, and I have to pretend that I'm upset that he's taking toys from me.
Oh my goodness.
um, yeah. I also recently made the decision that I wasn't going to send him back in September. We were looking forward to it. We had spoken about it and said, okay, it might be
Yay.
so, but that's definitely not going to happen.
Okay.
And I've started kind of transforming the house so that it's more daycare-y, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean.
absolutely.
I've set up
Absolutely.
an office for him in his room, so he has a office desk. I'm still waiting to get a better chair, but he has a chair right now that's working.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I a better one that I want to get for him, so I'm gonna get that. And it's coming together really well. His little home office in his room, which is so cool. So I'm excited about that. And I showed you yesterday how I cleared out a wide open space in my living room so that he can really enjoy the space. He can play as much as he wants, all
Yeah.
over the house. Um, yeah, I've also made the decision to increase his screen time. And I've been tweaking it. The last time we were on the live, I said I had decreased it.
Yeah.
I decided to increase it because I feel like, well, for one, all the kids are doing a lot of online school right now. And we don't know when face-to-face learning is going to be a thing again, a normal, everyday, regular, everyday in and out thing. And I see it almost as a class in and of itself because he's so good with technology right now. Like
Right.
I'm looking at the devices and he's actually teaching me how to use my phone.
Right. I love
There
it.
are things that he's doing on my phone that I didn't even know how to do. So I'm letting him figure stuff out and show me too,
Yeah.
I'm still keeping a handle on it, but I'm tweaking the time every week just to see, how it's going. So if I notice that he's becoming dependent on it, I will decrease it a little bit. But I feel like for now, we've kind of found a good balance because he's not just streaming and watching YouTube. He has his homeschooling apps that have been very, very educational, and he's been learning a lot from it. Um, so yeah, that's where we're at with homeschooling. Uh, what else has happened? Oh, I have a cards to show too.
Oh, yes.
These are the hedonism and debauchery cards. It's
Oh,
a
yes. I know
card
about
game
those, right?
for lovers.
Yes.
Yeah, I had done a live about them on YouTube. Oh, not
Right. That's, yes.
on Instagram sometime
Yes.
earlier this year. But now I have a link that I've added to my relevant links on my profiles for purchase. So
You,
I'm marketing them
oh,
now.
you, oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so if we need to get them, and you will put the link in the bottom, you are now a supplier and a provider.
Yes.
You are our source of providence and our source of divine income when it comes to hedonism and debauchery cards, among many things. Awesome. That's awesome. Congratulations on your choice. And it's always gonna be that, always on your choice to the school, to homeschool, to educate him more on screen time because that seems to be the way the world is moving and because he's teaching you. And then if that changes again on your choice as parenting because you're constantly learning to pay attention to yourself as a parent, you know. Every day you're learning to be a parent and every day he's
For the
teaching
onion?
you.
I think you took the onion, baby. Check in the green room. It might be there. Did you want to take your tractor? There you go. Thank you. Can I have a kiss? What are you looking for? Okay, he's gonna chill under the table for a while.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying every day you're learning to be a parent and you're learning to pay attention to your needs and your parenting needs, your personal needs, your parenting needs, of course his needs, and how you merge those, you know.
Yeah.
So taking that time and creating the schedule and constantly recalibrating the schedule to fit everything that you need is so vital, and you're doing it, you know. So congratulations on that choice. And as far as updates as well, before I go into mine, like I don't want to take for granted that anybody listened to the bonuses who listens to the regular monthlies. So I want to actually make that moment to say what the bonuses that we are referencing are, is that we did something called money reconciliation as a bonus, where we spoke about our relationship with money, and we spoke about, we went deeper into what Siren does for money and how she can step into the role of consultant and guru and supportive agent for getting anybody who needs that kind of learning and support, and who needs to pay attention to themselves and their finances and their financial freedom in that way, and create opportunities for self online working. So definitely go listen to that podcast, Money Reconciliation, and the bonuses that follow those, where we play appreciation tennis, where we pay attention to each other and the things and the effects that we have on each other that are phenomenal. And we lick each other's wonders and we just give each other so much thanks for all the things that we are learning from each other. So that was our combined bonus of updates since the last podcast. And for me, oh my goodness, I have turned the oceans and flipped the tides, and I am moving, and I'm moving again. I have 2 places that I'm moving to in the next 2 months, possibly 3. And if everything goes well, possibly 12, because Sacred Dialogue on Tour is really kicking off, and the whole world is calling for me, and Ley Lines of the Earth is calling for me to dance in home spaces and help and support, rather, and do the inventory that is needed to ensure that we have revolutionary resolves to crisis addiction, is what I'm finding, that there's a lot of crisis addiction in our world. And I am realizing how much effective support I am in doing that. So I've actually created a service that I can talk about, which is new. I have about 5 new things. I can't talk about the others yet, but this one I can talk about, happening now for the first time. Is I haven't put it on my website yet, but you can basically work with me to work with you to come into your home for at least 2 weeks to a month to do the inventory that it will take to create the trauma resolve and the addiction to crisis resolve that you have going on in your life. And I will work with you to face the dynamics of what you're going through and help you create a schedule and a pattern that fits and is centered around your epicenter, yours and your families, or whatever the dynamics are. So all I would need is a place to be in my own space that I can demonstrate that individuation and union space. And it is priced at $800 US for the month. But of course, everything is sliding scale and relative and third party barter and all of the other creative ways of, you know, creating what it is we do to exchange abundance in our world. So that is the monetary value and a numerological value. But definitely, if you feel that that's something that interests you, give me a call. So I have 4 clients set up for the next 4 months, and uh, yeah, we'll see.
That's awesome. I want to hear more about the crisis addiction because
Okay.
I feel like that's a big thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to hear about it right now, or do you want to hear?
Well, if you want to share it right now, because I'm very curious. So if you're open to sharing it right now, then I'm open to hearing it right now.
Absolutely, I can share. I just don't want to take away time from things that we want to talk about in a siren scream way. So I wanted to make sure I will, if there's time. If not, we can do a separate one, or I can tell you privately, whichever way. And if you want to share it, we can do a separate bonus one whenever we get a chance. But in the way of mommy and Nennen siren scream, I do want to check in with how you're doing, because all we did was do the updates. But how are you? Before we go into all of that.
I am a lot better than I expected to be at this point, because I have had a lot of changes happen at the month of August. But I feel really, really strong coming out of August. I feel like there was a balance. There was chaos in August, but there was also so much growth from that chaos. And again, I did not expect to feel as strong as I do right now, but I do feel very stable and very strong. Butterfly. Butterfly. You saw a butterfly? Butterfly. Where is it? Mm-hmm. Yes? Key. Oh, mommy. You want to sit by me? Oh, mommy. Yes. Okay, you can sit by me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely, like, I feel like I'm just in a very stable space. Like, I feel normal, for lack of a better word, just normal. Like,
Do you mean peaceful and homeostasis? Do you mean like that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Peaceful. I had a huge falling out during the month of August with somebody that I was very, very close to, who I've spoken to you about this situation. But just to give context to people who are listening to the podcast, this was somebody that I spoke to on a daily basis. And then we had a huge tower moment where I found something out about them, and I decided to just completely cut them out of my life. And I had a full weekend where I felt like I was in a tsunami or something. Like, I cried a lot. I felt like I was falling apart completely for like 3 days straight.
Yeah.
But I came out of that weekend and decided to just face the situation head on and deal with it. And I have definitely felt what you call that peaceful homeostasis since then, because I feel like I've made peace with the situation and how I dealt with it. I have a certain level of acceptance for it. And it's interesting because the exact situation that happened with me and them, it's been coming up with other people a lot. Like, I did a tarot reading for somebody, which is a new service that I'm offering as well, that I can be booked for online. But awesome. I did a tarot reading for someone during the month of August, and I mean, this is something that happened to this person decades ago,
Yeah.
that they're still, dealing with. But I did not realize, like, I've seen posts about it. I did not realize how much this happened to people, how much this happened in general, how much people did that to each other, like, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so I feel like it had to happen now so that I
Yeah.
can get it, like, face it and with it. Yeah.
And as I reminded you, and I constantly remind Kin when we go through these things, and as I reminded you when you were in one of the lowest points, lowest shareable points of it, when we spoke, was that you have the capacity to love yourself through this and through anything and through everything. And that's what you did. And that's what you're doing. You have the capacity to love yourself through this and through everything. And all that I am there for is to pour into you that reminder. Minding as in a baby, right? I just remind all of us that you can love yourself. I just whisper that into your ear, into your heart, into your mind, into your third eye, into your solar plexus, into your sacral chakra. I whisper that into your root. You have the power, even and especially now, even here, yes, still, even here, to love yourself through this. Yeah, and you have the power to also admit, after paying attention to yourself, that you are lovingly over it, and you can release it, and you can plus or minus lease, as in lease again, your new sense of self and get your new lease on life as a person who has come up and around the spiral, checked in with the roots, the trunk, the spinal cord kiss and support of self, and the fruits. So roots, trunk, spinal, and fruits bloom, right? Lotus flowers going through the mud, diamond in the rough. We out here doing it, doing it, and doing it, and doing it well.
Love him.
Yes. Oh, so you did get a chance to tantrum then and cry. Oh yes, we
Yeah.
did. We did to that together.
Yes. But
And you also
I'm
got
glad
to do
that
it
I gave
alone.
myself the space to do that. Because usually, especially having Soleil home, I would not want to sulk too much. I would not want to abandon certain responsibilities that I felt like I had to get done and just focus on how I was feeling at the time.
Yeah.
But it was overwhelming at the time. I made the choice, because I won't say I had no choice. I did have a choice to, you know, put my feelings on the back burner that weekend,
Yeah.
be super mom, but I just felt like, no,
Yeah.
I cannot do that right now. I just felt very like overcome with emotion,
Yeah.
and I was so thankful to have like people like you, and um, I have another very close friend, like for 2 decades now, who lives in the US, that we talked about it, like we talked, because she knows like my entire history with this person. So we talked about it, and I felt like you guys really held space for me to deal with all the emotions that I was going through with regard to that
Yeah.
situation. So yeah, I gave myself that weekend, and I thought I would need more time. But after the weekend, honestly, I felt okay.
Yeah. Well, because in
Yeah,
Sacred Dialogue, we say, like I say, I always remind you guys, to everyone, all of us, to let your heart break fully once and for all. Let it open. Keep a connection of authenticity and self-kindness. And if you do it well, you bloom from it. So it's open-hearted beyond broken-hearted, right? So that's what you did. And
yeah,
you asked, and I was traveling at the time. There was so much happening, and then a window opened. It was Friday the 13th, and you were like, can you talk? And I'm like in an elevator, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to get to you, but then I felt your intensity, so I was like, I didn't want your cry to stop and then you would have missed that emotional wave. I wanted to catch you while you were open and able to cry about it and share about it. So everything just shifted and shifted. And I had all these bags to carry upstairs, and then someone was able to come and help me with the bag. So I was able to get like this little corner to just sit in and be like, okay, let me call her and lay it on me. Let's create an ocean. Pour these tears into my hand.
Yeah, so thankful for that, honestly.
You're welcome. And I'm thankful for the trust and our connection and connectivity. And that's what the Siren Mommy Tantrum is all about. You know, that we allow ourselves, Mommy, Nennen, Siren, Scream, PD, allowing ourselves that positive, as in upward, directional, mathematical, positive, calculus, discipline, as in our ritual, our devotional discipline to ourselves, our devotional practice with ourselves, our ritualistic practice. So when our nerve systems say, oh my goodness, I can't go on like this, I need, and we stop everything. We stop everything and let ourselves know that being is more important than anything else that we could be doing. Breathing and being, moving through the sensation and knowing ourselves beyond the anguish, that we are deserving of being serving, divinely serving of ourselves and each other, self to self. So yes, that was a beautiful, and that was so always so great for our intimacy. I think you're ready for me to share that part with you. That whenever you can come to me and your hearts are breaking, I laugh so much inside because I feel like, oh, just another opportunity for us to amalgamate and alchemize and move on a fractal level of intimacy, integrity, and orgasmic connectivity, and just be just and hold that Supreme Court space of people and kin and humanity standing together under pressure, because it's things that people would not expect you to be loved through and supported through. And it's like, no, lay it here on our front line. Let's deal with it. Let's deal with the thing. Like, let's chop it up and like put love into it. Like, what is the issue? What is the issue? I'm about to love you through this. I'm about to remind you that you are able to love yourself through this. Like, let's do it. So no matter how much you guys are brokenhearted, and even if I'm crying with you, deeper than that, I'm laughing, I'm cackling at those who try it, at entities that try it, because I'm just like, you just made my kin and I 10,000 times, 10 billion times exponentially stronger. Yeah. Because all they will do is remember themselves and their power and our power. And the gift card is that the transformative agent is that they too, if they ever become open, will also benefit. So even the ones who hurt us.
There is definitely opportunity for everybody who is part of that situation to grow through it. But I recognize, you know how you always say that we're the wrong ones, we're a community of wrong ones. That's how I felt when I came out of that weekend. I was just like, no, I was definitely the wrong person to try that with, because I'm not afraid of the truth of a situation. And the whole issue came about because there were a lot of people that were just not being honest at all.
And we spoke about that. We spoke about the integrity of the issue. We spoke, at the end of the day, we spoke about the betrayal was about integrity and learning the character integrity of the humanity in the situation. It was just like, come on, are you really going to stand there and lie about this? And what Rihanna says, stand there and watch me burn? Like, are you really going to just like, oh no, 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 no. Like, if this is what you out here on the earth doing, I am the wrong one. I'm about to revolutionize this moment and show you that this is not the way you treat yourself or people. Don't perform this self-hate at me in front of me and in this dynamic, because this is where it stops.
Yep. So there's a lot of truth came out through that.
Mm-hmm.
for a lot of people, not just me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I feel like, I mean, there's an opportunity for everybody in the situation to be better for it.
Of
But
course.
as I mean, I am my first concern in the whole situation.
Your
And at this
first and
point,
most consistent concern.
yes. So, um, I mean, I'm not in communication with anybody else in the situation right now. I gave them my piece and I walked away from
Yeah.
the situation. So whatever they do with whatever happened is theirs to figure out.
Right. And I wanna deconstruct that a little bit. I love that one drop so much. You gave them your piece as in a fraction, a percentage, a bit of, right? And a bite of, and a sound bite of soundness, and the word sound power. You felt, emitted, and spoke to your piece, your chunk, your portion, your potent dosage, right? Measurements and quantity, and your piece as well. You gave them your peace. So this is the extent to which I can be peaceful with you, is to not be around you. Divine proximity, harmony. For me to remain in homeostasis based on the lack of integrity, I am going to distance myself up to this point. And this is what I will say until such time as revolutions happen and we get to integrate on a level of truth together in mutual truth and mutual intimacy, integrity. This is as far as we've come. This is as far as we get.
Yeah.
For right now.
The thing is, that whole week was so intense. The week started off with, I gave you the story, but I'm gonna give it here. The
Yeah.
week started off with me going for a walk one evening to go buy food and ending up
Yeah.
at the scene of a murder,
Yeah.
running for my life.
Yeah.
Having to walk past the murder scene again to go home, because when I ran for my life, I ran in the opposite direction of my house.
Yeah.
So I had to walk past the murder scene again to get home, and I did not sleep. I slept maximum 2 hours a night for that entire week, until that whole heartbreak situation happened, and then I just slept and slept and slept.
Yeah.
I feel like when that happened was when I really rested, because all I did at that point was cry and sleep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was a very, very intense week. And then it was also a week where I got to meet my 25-year-old self. Again, I found my old diaries, read them again, and it was like those two versions of myself meeting and me realizing how far I've come and how proud a 25-year-old self would be of me now, and also how proud me now is of my 25-year-old self. Like, I was in awe at
Yeah.
her processes and everything, and that was amazing to witness. That gave me a lot of strength and a lot of hope, and a lot of fire to realize that the things that I said I was gonna do then, I'm doing it.
Yes.
To realize
Yes.
again, like, yeah, it was a good week, honestly. It was a great week. Even with the whole having to run for my life, I realized that, I mean, it's not the first time. I've had so many situations where life has literally pulled me from those types of situations,
Yeah.
sometimes within an inch of my death.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will never forget any of those situations, and it always has me wondering, like, why is life keep like pulling me along? Like, I had so many opportunities to die. Hi. You brought your rocket ship.
So, not a rocket ship when rockets have
Yes,
been my thing all week.
a rocket ship.
Have I sent you the rocket?
Can I show Auntie Belle your rocket ship? Okay,
Did I send you?
because he won't let me grab it, but I'll turn the camera so you can see.
Hi, baby.
You're gonna grab.
Hi, lion cub.
Ooh.
Hey.
Wow.
Thank you. I love
nice
your rocket ship.
10, 10, 9, 8,
8,
6,
7,
5,
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off! Yay!
Oh, you have to see
Oh
the
my
shake.
God, that is amazing.
His face is shaking from the volcano. Oh, the volcano.
Volcano.
Ooh.
Lava.
Oh. Uh-oh. The ground is starting to shake.
Okay.
Ooh. We're starting to shake. Whoa. Whoa. The ground is starting to shake. Is the volcano going to erupt?
Oh my goodness. You know I am in love with that.
You going outside?
Did I send you the rocket post this week?
No.
Did I send you that? Oh my goodness.
So?
Oh my goodness. I have to oh my gosh. That is so perfect. Like that's been my meditation all week because of the move that I'm going through and the idea that the rocket launcher, you have to as it moves into the stratosphere, it drops off things for it to get lighter. So that's been my meditation all week. I think it was Providence Wellness who sent it to me. So I've been forwarding it to everybody in the network who's been going through these kind of rocket moments. So rockets have been my thing all week. And then for Soleil to say that, like the level of confirmation happening right now is like, and of course, lava and earthquake. I'm just like, yes, son, yes.
That's definitely been his things. He loves his rocket ship usually transforms into a volcano at certain points in the day. That's what happens. 10.
Yes. 10. Yes. Yes.
9. 10.
Oh, I'm loving this countdown.
10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Blast off! Ooh. Soleil. Soleil really good at staging his scenes. Baby boy, you make a good volcano. He's like shaking his face so convincingly.
I love it. Oh my goodness, you all know I'm in love with that. Oh my God, the elemental mastery, the fire embodiment, the shape shifting of the fire embodiment, the rocket to the fire breathing dragon, to the earthquake, to the lava pit. Yes. There's the alchemical master that is my boy. I love my lion cub. That's right, son. Rah, rah, rah.
I tried to put up I don't know why my screen keeps getting dark.
Let's leave it on a side though because of how the recording will be. Can you hear me? Hello. Okay. Is it back?
We're good? Yeah, I think we're good. And I hear you.
Okay. So we probably have like 10 minutes left. I'm going to do a very small summary because you did ask and you were curious about you were interested and inspired to hear about the crisis addiction resolve work that I'm doing. So I'll give a little tea cacahuats, petit peu, oh, one drop summary of what it's about. So it's just, are you hearing? Because it's saying that it's loading. Are you hearing me even if the screen isn't clear? Do 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 cha 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 cha. We're waiting for Siren to come back to the rock. Something is happening with her connection. Oh no, she got disconnected. Well, maybe it's not time to share that on this live. We might have to reschedule just to share that. Maybe that deserves a conversation in and of itself. So maybe when she comes back, we're just gonna wrap up. Let's just see how it goes. She's back. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Is it going to allow her to come in? What is happening? Hello? Okay. All right. So I will take it as a sign and say that we probably need a separate thing for that.
Yeah. We should do it separately.
Yes.
Give it its time. Give it its segment. Because I feel like 10 minutes also with the questions that I have, because I'm extremely curious. I feel like it's gonna be more than a 10-minute conversation for sure.
Yes, 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 yes. So we will definitely add that to our long list of good conversations to have with each other. Private and shareable, phenomenal conversations that we want to have. And maybe we'll call the segment Curious Conversations. But anyway, let's do a little bit of a wrap up, a bit of a projection, a bit of a highlights of this connection, and then we will end, and this will have ended this season of Siren Scream PD, and of course we will re-emerge when it'll be the right time. But for now, we're going underground and underwater and into our lava pits to create some really wonderful things for the network, and we will definitely be resurfacing. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Sure.
Thank you so much for tuning in. So, highlights of this conversation before we end?
My highlights of this conversation have been the announcements of new services on both of our ends.
Yes.
The diving that we're doing into the different coves from the rock,
yes.
from the rock that we're on. So I'm excited. I feel like we definitely closed off this season of SD Siren Scream PD on a high note.
Yes.
A high Siren Scream note.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, I'm very excited to see where we swim to, what coral reefs we happen to land in,
and what underwater volcanoes we bring up maybe.
Yeah. Oh yeah, underwater volcanoes are my thing. I love that. Yes. So there's that. It's been a transformative month, a transformative season.
Yes.
For this event like that we've been doing. I've seen a lot of growth and transformation, and like you always say, the alchemy between us has been, it's like fireworks.
Fireworks and waterworks.
Yeah, it's an eruption.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
And the waterworks with the eruption, the steam that comes from that and everything. I love it. What else? Oh, another highlight is just me recognizing like where we are. Apart from like where we've come from and what we've done and everything, is like where we are right now, individually and together, is just a huge source of pride for me. So yes, getting to sit down and just log today and look at us is a huge highlight.
Yes. Look at us, baby. Look at us now. You know that song? I have to send it to you.
Yes, send it to me. Oh, and today, sorry, I just have to mention it. The new album release from one of my favorite artists, Kanye.
Oh,
that's been making my
okay.
yes.
I didn't realize. Yay. Okay.
Yeah. So I have to listen to that again. I listened to it while I was making breakfast.
Oh, Kanye infused meals. Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong.
Awesome. And looking forward to, this is gonna cut us off in a minute, it says. So anything you're looking forward to that you wanna log down?
That I'm looking forward to. Well, where we're swimming to, like I mentioned,
Yeah.
where we're going, yes.
Okay.
You can do the rest of the minute.
Yeah, I want to say I'm so thankful. My thing is always in that way of grounding on the ocean floor and the hot, wet lava pit that is beneath the ocean floor that people forget about, which is the core of the earth, which is lava. Remembering that we are on a fire planet, and amid all of what we're going through is just the role that I play in your family unit, and just that encouragement that you have the time to dress in your paradise prince and look really wonderful and have your son blast rockets with us and create volcanoes from rockets and shake the ground and shake the earth and do countdowns with us. Like, that is my life. That is my saving grace. And that's why they made me return from the ledge. And that's why they keep me alive on the planet, because I too could have been gone 1,000 times over. And that's the extent I choose to be here. And you and Soleil and your family, Kevin, you guys are one of my biggest reasons for still being around. So 11 seconds, that's it. And I look forward to everything that we are about to create from the deep depths of it all. Mwah! Goodbye.